going on? Michael here with Law of Attraction Simplified, and today I just wanted to talk to you about a well-known phrase you've probably heard, and that phrase is, that's just the way it is, right? I mean, from the time we were kids, we've been told that that's just the way it is. I know, I was told when I was a kid that there were a lot of things that couldn't be changed, whether it was getting off of antidepressants and medications, whether it was dealing with mental disorders, whether it was really dealing with anything that affected my life in a negative way and kind of prevented me from going where I wanted to go. But before we get into this, I want to preface everything I'm about to say with one fundamental truth. And in order for everything else I'm about to say to make sense, this one single truth has to be embraced. And that's the truth that you are truly infinite, that you truly can create whatever it is that you are wanting to create, that you have the power of infinite inside of you right now, and that is moving through you, acting through you, believing through you, living as you, by the merit of your beliefs, your subconscious mind. You've probably heard that phrase before, but to move forward, that's just the way it is. So the thing about that's just the way it is, and I want you to think about some things that you might say, well, that's just the way it is about. And it might be money, it might be relationships, it might be careers, it might be your jobs. And you may want to have a $100,000 increase in your income, but you totally have this belief that the way you are doing things, that's just the way it is. The cool thing about that's just the way it is that our sense of logic is always confined inside of our concept of ourselves. So if my concept, my self-idea, my self-image is limited in nature, then naturally inside of this self-concept, the actions I'm going to take, the feelings I'm going to have, the inspiration, the ideas that are going to come to mind are all going to exist inside of the confine of that self-concept of limitation. However, when I begin to take on the self-concept of being infinite, of taking the lid off of things that I might have previously thought were not possible, the ideas, the inspiration for greater things begins to come to pass. And so what you're going to find is that your life is manifesting according to the way that it is, right? Because what happens here is that manifestation happens as a byproduct of a naturalized self-image. So what is a naturalized self-image? A naturalized self-image is it's what we most commonly and naturally believe to be true about ourselves. It's what you can say is true about yourself right now and not have any sort of qualms about. So yeah, absolutely. That's true. That's 100% true. And so the really cool thing about this is that the way it is completely subjective in nature because you're infinite. Because you're infinite, the way things can be is an infinite number of possibilities. However, you are only aware of possibilities existing within your self-concept, within your self-image. So in order to step into a new life, in order to step into a new set of experiences, whether it's more money, whether it's better relationships, whether it's whatever it is, we have to look at our just the way it is, just the way it isms. There we go, just the way it isms. And what you'll find is that your life is manifesting in accordance with your just the way it is. So my challenge for you today, is to take an inventory of your just the way it is and begin to shift them. So I want you to make a category of lists. I want you to make a two-phase list. The first phase, I want you to put everything that you currently think the way it is and be super transparent with yourself. This exercise will not work if you're not transparent with yourself. So make a list of all of your just the way it is, and then make a list of all your I wish it would be this way, right? Whether that's different house, different car, money, whatever it is. And then what I want you to do is begin to associate yourself with those desired isms. I want you to begin to associate yourself with the feeling of those things you want to be the way it is already being the way it is. And it's a simple process. It's literally just a matter of going in, feeling around those isms and associating yourself with the feeling of those being true more than your current set of isms. So how do we do that? How does that look practically, right? How do I take that and apply it to my life? Well, it's simple. Every morning, you can get up and you can affirm things with a deep sense of feeling. And here's the truth about affirmations. Affirmations won't work if they're not attached to a deep feeling of present truth. Affirmations don't work if they are not filled and consumed by a deep feeling of present truth. So it's not about this thing is coming to you, it's about it's here now. It's about it's here now. It's about it's here now because the physical world is literally the past. Everything that is in this physical world right now has already been imagined and come into the world of Caesar. However, the next things that are unfolding in your life, you will find previews of those in your Just the Way It Isms. Just the Way It Isms. I absolutely love that. So today I want you to take your Just the Way It Isms and I want you to make some new ones. And I want you to slowly become associated with those new Just the Way It Isms over the next couple of weeks. I want you to just begin to feel the presence of those new Just the Way It Isms, because the truth is you can feel happy right now. You can feel abundant right now. You can feel the way that you would feel if your desires had already come to pass. You can tap into that right now. And by the nature of the law, your consistent standing consumption of those new Just the Way It Isms will result inevitably in new manifestations. But in order to shift the manifestations, we have to shift the Just the Way It Isms. We've got to shift it. It's a shift. And it starts inside. It starts with how I'm feeling on a regular basis. It's about how I'm talking to myself on a regular basis. It's about how I'm describing my world on a regular basis, because that's just the way it is. So if you want to change the way it is, change the way it is by becoming convinced of new ways that it is. And I can guarantee you that you will see massive, massive life change. So that's all for today, guys. Love you. Talk to you soon.